many of the issues, the ethical issues, have to do with this big question: to what extent are we entitled to interfere with nature? And when we say nature, we really mean interfere with the DNA of living systems. And is that not playing with something that is dangerous or sacred in some way, that you shouldn't be able to do that? And I think, to some extent, that reaction of the artist is not surprising, because we as scientists, and in particular the life scientists, have promoted the idea of DNA as being of such incredible importance in defining the identity of living systems, that the thought of interfering with DNA that is so much key to what each individual living system is, the idea of manipulating that becomes fascinating, at the same time very worrisome. And that in fact nature over millions and millions of years has been modifying DNA, experimenting with DNA, mutating DNA, and so on. There's another issue that has to do with the whole question of animal rights. And I think that a great deal of debate is not only needed, it has actually happened already. And people need to understand whether the price that you're paying is worth the results that you're getting. And this balance between these things is something which is not easy to define. Sometimes art is a metaphor for something, and you are able to understand a message much better if it's given to you not in technical terms but in artistic terms. I always love to give the example of Daedalus and Icarus, the two Greek figures who wanted to learn how to fly. Art has a way of sending these messages. The myth of Adam and Eve, where it's always a woman's fault. She gives the apple of the tree of knowledge of good and bad to Adam, and they get thrown out of paradise. Again, trying to have too much knowledge gets punished. So in a sense, today in biology, we are witnessing similar things. If you try to get too much knowledge, maybe it's dangerous. At least that's the message that people are giving you. So I don't believe that. I don't believe that knowledge per se is dangerous, whether it's scientific knowledge or psychological knowledge or knowledge of anything. I think knowledge, it's the way you use knowledge that can be either good or bad. Nobody is going to ban electricity because there are few countries in the world that still use electric chairs to kill people. So electricity is good if it's used for some things. It is awful when used for other things. So I think what art and science do is they try to alert you to possible ill or evil uses of knowledge that are destructive for mankind and for the environment in which we live.